welcome to Have I Even Played It, mate, where I go through my 1,800 games, coming up to 1,900 now, actually. We've had quite a few purchases recently, keep an eye on the channel. And we see how many of them I have actually played. People ask me all the time, obviously I can't have played them all. So today we're looking at some more PC games, we're looking at the rest of the PC games I have in my collection. They're not newer ones, they're all the older ones from back in the day. And I'm going to go through the most boring ones first. And by boring, I don't mean boring games. I mean, they're not the big box old PC games, which are cool. It's when they started going to DVD and stuff like that. So you'll see what I mean. So we've got the standard DVD case. First off, we're starting off with a banger though. Max Payne. What a game. I loved this game so much when it first came out. The style, the noir, the detective stuff. I talked about Tex Murphy last episode, and this sort of was brought into the future. And then bullet time in this game. It was the first time it was done. Probably going to get fact checked in the comments. There's probably other things. First time I played it mainstream, amazing game. Played that so much. The less said about this next one, the better. You can see I've got a little Shrine to Tomb Raider there with that little 30-something gamers plug. Watch the podcast, but listen to the podcast. Angel of Darkness. Yes, unfortunately, we have played it. We have beat it with Lara Croft and the dude. And we are going to be pre-ordering soon the deluxe version of the new 4 to 6 remaster, which I'll have this on. We'll have a go at it. Apparently, it's not amazing still, but yes, we've played it. Next game, a game so good. I bought it twice. Not really. This is Hellbender. Shoot to kill, think to win. I got this. There's my old CD keys if you want to pinch them. I got this, I think, with a PC, but then I also bought this awesome, I remember the name of it, was called a Sidewinder joystick. It had a ridiculous amount of buttons on it. It was like the Starship Enterprise. But it came with this. I don't know whether the game was, obviously it's a Microsoft game. I think it was designed to show off, in a way, the game. It was like in a spaceship, first person, going around the world, and all the buttons were assigned to something on it. So I think it was designed to plug the actual the joystick. Actually, I don't know whether I got my PC. I think me and my granddad got a Sidewinder joystick, so that's why I probably got 2 in the collection. So yes, we played it. We played it loads because we thought we were cool with the joystick. People thought the joysticks were cool, but they weren't. Pod. Have we got Upside Down? We won't know. This is a racing game from Ubisoft, lesser known one. This one rarely worked on my PC. I've only played the first few levels. It wasn't the most exciting racing game, but it was a pretty unique one, like a spacey, agey, future apocalyptic one. So yes, another game we've played. So those are all the boring games. I don't mean games like boring. Max Payne is amazing, but now we're moving on to the last of my big box PC games. So we've done simulation games, we've done point and click games. Check back in the previous videos if you want to see those ones. Let's have a look at the rest of them, the best of the rest. Well, not the best of the rest, just the rest. So far we've had 4 games, played them all. We look at the next ones sort of together. They're my football games. So we had World Cup 98. At the same time came out. I was a sucker for a FIFA game. Road to World 98 and World Cup 98. This one, amazing soundtrack. This one, amazing opening soundtrack. Great games. I mean, this was next gen at the time when it first came out. Look at those. You play the old World Cup classic matches, and then this one, it just blew my mind. 16 accurately resembled stadiums. The 97-98 season team lines up. Will that have had Sunderland in? I don't know. So there'll be 98 games, and then let's go. I should put these in your order, shouldn't I? And the less said about this one, the better, because it's got David Ginola in. He's in a Newcastle top. They've had to take the sponsors off, but we know what it is. So no. This one was cool though. I thought this was amazing. You had indoor matches for the first time. I'm sure you had indoor matches on the Mega Drive version as well, but obviously it wasn't as good. We'll go through these ones quicker because it's just more. FIFA 99, absolutely iconic. Arsenal top, closer ball control you've got there. You need some closer ball control, don't you? And then the last one, which is a bit more unique, the FA Premier League Stars. Who remembers this game? Separate from FIFA, it just focused on the Premier League. Now, I'll have got this game as well because what year did it come out? Where's the age on it? I know for a fact Sunderland are in this. and Sunderland weren't always in the Premier. So when you had the Sunderland team in, I can't find the year on it. Ministry of Sound music though. But I remember you got like ratings. Your players would level up if they played well in games and stuff like that. But these games were just these old FIFA games. That's the last of them. Were always just so full of exploits. You could, if you knew how to score, you could just score. I always score. Anyway, Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? I talk about this. The podcast is being advertised there. 30-something gamers. It's on Spotify, Apple, and Amazon, and the RSS feed if you search for it. 30-something gamers RSS. You can listen to it for free. We talk about games sometimes, and I talk about this game on one episode. I can't remember which one it was, where these types of games here were when my family would play games with me. And I'd played games since being a kid, Sonic on the Mega Drive, but the whole family would come round and play this, and it was better than the DVD versions. I'd have the PC, I think I had the PC in the dining room, and when I had uncles and stuff round for like Christmases and New Year's and stuff, would put it on and would play it. Obviously, you couldn't Google and stuff then, you actually had to know the answers. Bit of Tarrant, can't beat it. Next, we have Bug 2. Now, this was my sort of, unfortunately, like crock. Sega PC, you might not know this one. It was sort of like 2.5D. It was an open world. You had like corridors you could go down. An okay game. I played it probably more than it requires, as in it's not that good, but I put hours into it. Because back then when you got a game, you would put hours into it. And I still loved Sega at the time, so Sega PC came out, I would buy it. Does anyone else remember that? In the comments, did you play Bug 2? I don't know whether Bug 2 means there was a first game called Bug. Does anyone want to say a sequel? The juiciest action hero returns, apparently. So there is a Bug. Who knew? Yes, this game is absolutely amazing. Don't go back to it and play it. I played the PS1 version on stream recently, but when this first came out, this was awesome. And I know it was awesome because I look on the back still, and I still can't remember a lot of those levels because I never got to them. I played the first few levels over and over again. I will have maybe one time. I'm sure I had a cheat to get like to the last level when you storm the palace and stuff, but it was ridiculously hard. But they were all back then. And I liked episode 1 when it came out because I was a kid and I saw it at the pictures, and it was the first time I'd seen a Star Wars on the big screen. So yeah, I know it's in hindsight not the best film, but for me, loved it. Any other kids there? Any other kids when that came out? Love it. Swiv 3D. Now I'm sure there is a Swiv on some of the earlier consoles. It's basically a top-down, third-person like vehicle game. So you play as like a helicopter, car. You swap around what you're different playing. 4 totally different landscape environments. Temperate, Antarctic, lunar, and Martian. Again, not a big, massive, great game, but part of my childhood. So it feels like it's got a beefy manual in. Oh, it's got a bit of a beefy manual in there. So games used to look like on the inside. It's upside down. That'll kill one of my followers, Gary. But yeah, really cool. Do you know this? It's just reminders of this. Do you know why PlayStation 1 games have different cases in over here than they do in the US? Just reminds that. It's basically because of the manuals. So your normal jewel cases like that, I'm pretty sure is what the Americans have. Americans, let me know in the chat, like anyone's watching this. But in Europe, the manuals need to have multiple languages in, which means our manuals were thicker, which is why we got the much cooler looking cases. You learn stuff on this. Sonic 3D. Again, I was a Mega Drive kid growing up, so anything Sega and stuff like that I would buy, even if it was shit. Like, this is not a Sonic game. It is terrible. Flicky's Island. If you've played it, isometric third person, no speed at all. It's just a bad game. But Sonic was my hero growing up, so yes, we have played that. I keep forgetting to say it. I've played them. At the minute, assume I've played the games unless I mention I haven't, because there's a lot I've played in here. All of them. Little Big Adventure. Now, the reason I've got this in the classics version is because I had this first. LBA 2, Little Big Adventure 2. Pretty sure it's on the PS1 as well. I've seen it when I'm looking around. a mental game. I never played anything like this when I first went on. Really open world, as in I'm sure the stuff, you don't really have any direction of what you need to do, where you need to go, anything like that. I put hours and hours into this, and I made it to I'm sure there's a casino planet or something. I think you start on a normal island. I got to a desert island, Twinson. I'm sure it's called Twinson. And I don't think I completed. I think you just try to save your bird again. But yeah, it's just really strange, different game, and at the time I never played anything like it, so it was great. So I got this when I saw it, which was the original Little Big Planet, which was similar but less stuff to do. It's pretty much the same format, third person, isometric, Little Big Adventure, Twinson's Adventure. Quite cool games. I don't know if they're called classics. Don't know if anyone else likes them, but I do. Now, these ones aren't called classics, these are just classics. So this was my first introduction to Command & Conquer, Tiberian Sun. And let me say, I have played recently, not with my PlayStation 1 mouse, I can say, but with my PlayStation 1 mouse, so PlayStation 1 controller, I have played Command & Conquer quite a bit on stream over the last year or so. Please play Command & Conquer Classic on a PC. I'm sure it'll run on more systems now. Probably get it from Great Old Games or something. So much better, so much easier to control. And I played the hell out of this one. This is the first one I got. And then this Christmas, I got Red Alert. Now, I played Red Alert before. I played a lot of it at a friend's on PlayStation 1, but I never had it on PC. And my missus was actually looking for the PlayStation 1 version because this is awesome, but it's so hard to I wouldn't be able to install this and play this probably on my computer without doing loads with it. And you can probably just buy it from Great Old Games or something. I always say that, I don't know where else to get old games from. I don't buy many of Great Old Games because I normally have them. And she couldn't find it, but this popped up for a decent deal and she got it. She said, "Is that okay?" I was like, yeah, it's cool because it's a pretty awesome piece. Not for resale in US and Canada. Keep your mitts off, you North American bastards, apparently. And it's just a cool game. It's just more Command & Conquer, and I've got so many Command & Conquer games in the collection now. That is awesome. Now, this is a game that I can flex my skills on now. A game I played so much of. This was before Grand Theft Auto, and the size of the map was really cool. Now, I was one of these sad kids. I put so many hours into games. This to me felt like a pretty known celebrity. I know that sounds stupid, but because it was made close to where I live in Newcastle, I already joke. I'm in Newcastle all the time. Anyway, it was really cool game. I remember the reason I'm a really big geek is I used to put so many hours in. Can you remember the cinematic mode? There's a director mode. You could drive around and do stuff, set stuff up, and then replay it and put your camera where you wanted. And the reason I say it's really geeky because I wouldn't share it with anyone. I had no siblings. I didn't have friends that would really into games that much as me when I was growing up at this age. So it would just be for my own viewing pleasure. But I loved it. And the reason I flex my muscle is I made a video on this on TikTok, 1.7 million views. Ooh, look at me. I wasn't the creator fund, so I got no money for it. And as well as that, the first level. Well, you can't put Driver on, the classic Driver, and not talk about the first level. The first level is brutal. Parking lot tutorial. You have to do all the different moves. It is renowned for being one of the hardest tutorials. 2 or 3 goes now. I worked on the PlayStation 1, and I can do it. I will challenge me in the comments. I can do it. And that is because I played it so much on the PC. I know it like the back of my hand. Go on, tell us about it then. I got a scar over there. Muppets Christmas Carol joke. Now, I always say I had one of the best grown up sort of console lineage. I had a Mega Drive, and then my next console I went to N64, which means I got Ocarina of Time, Majora's Mask, Super Mario, No Mercy, WrestleMania 2000, the list goes on, Conker's Bad 38, Lila Wars, blah, 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 blah. But you miss out on certain games that come with PS1, sorry. Oh, I've spoiled my story. PS1. Your Tomb Raiders, your Metal Gears, and all of those types of games. However, I did have a PC, thanks to my granddad and my uncle, that I would play lots of games on, including, maybe a little bit later, Bam, 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 Bam. And how much better is the cover a shiny red there, glint of the light. How much better is the cover than the PlayStation 1 version that just has that on in white? And this, the game always came out a bit later on PC rather than the PS1, so I've got the VR missions included. So there is a version on the PS1. It's got like I think like a tealy and black sort of cover that has the VR missions in. This has them in. What can I? It's Metal Gear. We know how good Metal Gear is. We have played that loads. And one of the first games that blew my mind as a kid was this one, Half-Life Generations. It is the Half-Life game of the year edition. I think I played maybe a cracked version a little bit. Loved the game so much, went out and bought this. This has Opposing Forces, which is an official expansion set. I also had one called Blue Shift. Might be right, might be wrong. I don't know where it is now. There's a lot of my PC games that are missing in time. I don't know where they are. I definitely didn't sell them, and I don't know whether it's parents or I can't find them in my loft. I don't know. Anyway, I can't find that game. I don't think I played Opposing Forces, but I did play Blue Shift. But obviously the original Half-Life game I played ages. And where would you see that now? New Counter-Strike. That's how old I am. I was quite an age when this came out, and I had the new Counter-Strike. How old is that now? So I didn't really play Counter-Strike online at all. I didn't really play online games at this point. But the amount of hours I put into Half-Life, give us a third, you cowards. Just so many great games. So that's all my PC games now over the 3 videos. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21 more PC games there. We've played them all, so we'll add them to the other PC games. That's the percentage of PC games I have played. Now, it's 100%, I know that. That was to bump my score up, because in the next couple of videos, it's going to start to drop a little bit, because there's some systems that I haven't played many for. Also, we're going for the full PlayStation 2 and the full Xbox 360 collection. So we've been pounding those games recently, and that means there are so many games in there that I've not played. So here's my percentage at the minute, looking quite healthy with my NES games, my Sega Saturn games, my 3 different videos I've done on my PC games. Have I missed any more? I probably are. They'll be on the what it says there if I've missed any. And that's the percentage of games I have played so far, but as you can see, that's a very small number compared to 1,800, which is the amount of games I have in my collection. Actually, it's getting close to 1,900. I've already mentioned that, so we'll have to change the little bit of booth I put on. Thanks for watching this video. If you want to see any of the other games and stuff I have in my collection and where we're at the minute, please drop a follow and watch the other videos. It helps out the channel so much. You can catch me on all my other channels, Retro Revival. I'm on TikTok. I'm on Twitch. Podcast I have, 30-something gamers. There we go. We just started season 2. So please go and have a look at them. And can I say a big thank you to all my Patreons. Without you guys, this wouldn't be possible. Well, it would, but it wouldn't be worth anything, would it, really? Because, well, I don't know where I'm going with this one. We'll just leave you. Thank you, Patreons. Thank you so much. That's a snappy ending, isn't it? Thank you so much for watching. Please drop a like if you enjoyed the video. Again, it helps that get pushed. And see you in the next video, where I don't know what console we'll do.